congratulations on your home ownership.
Thank you, sir.
Love the spot.
Yep, ain't nothing like your own, man. Nothing like your own. I love it.
Yeah, man, you was our first guest ever on the podcast, and now you're the first guest on the installments of the Porta Potty.
Let's go. Pop that cherry.
Yeah, no, that's
Let's
how
do
we
it.
like to do it, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
up here in the Retro Roadz room.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming, bro. If you can imagine this imaginary world I had actually in my bedroom at one point, and I don't know how I got married with those stipulations, but part of the deal was once we get married and get our house, that shit's coming out of the bedroom. So I got blessed with a garage, and here we are. I got to set up my the man cave thing just seems so played out. I mean, like I can't stand when people, oh, my man cave.
Yeah.
This ain't a man cave to me, bro. I feel like anybody can come in here and have fun, not just a man. Like,
Yeah,
you know
that is dope. That is dope. That it's geared to like anybody. Like, come have a good time, sit down, chill, play a game, watch some old movies. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude,
So
that's just cool.
we got old movies, we got old video games, we got newer video games. The table that we are broadcasting on is going to actually be like my poker/card playing table. I'm waiting on my green felt to come in that fits over the top of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, do a little bit of anything in here, man. It's gonna be kind of like my own little 20 by 20 fantasy factory.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when we built our house, that was like my only stipulation. Is like I need a room for a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
creative people like us.
Yeah.
Like you can't box us in. We have to have some way to get that out.
Yeah, exactly, man. And like, and you deserve to be surrounded with shit that makes you feel good and happy. You know, like that's what this is. Like I look around, and it's just like, you know, same. I mean, it looks similar to what I got going on. I mean, I don't have the action figures because that's your thing, but I got like what I fucked with growing up. You know, Ninja Turtle posters, Power Rangers, Tupac, Michael Jordan. Like, it's just like you said, like, especially if you're trying to be creative or at least have an outlet, you want to have like shit that inspired you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to know me is very deep because like I got so many layers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like the stuff that you see when you come in here, like you said, is stuff that like from the point where I could form my own mind on what I liked, like this was it. Minus like a couple things. Like I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan, but you won't find much Ninja Turtle stuff in here. But X-Men, as I got older, X-Men was like my jam.
Yeah.
So as embarrassing as it may be, it's almost like 40-year-old virgin to have all these damn action figures. They were in boxes before we moved here. So
really?
I was literally one of them guys who collected action figures still in the boxes, like for no reason.
That's how I was growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my brother, I always tell this story because I had this Davy Allison car that was in the package.
Cavalier 28 Texaco.
Dog.
One of my
in the
all-time favorite
package,
racers.
bro, and Davy Allison died. And my brother didn't even know this shit, but he died. And that same, the day after he died, I came home and my brothers got that shit out the package, playing with it,
bro.
crashing it in, and got his little men out playing men. You know, that's what you used to call it, playing men.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, I was livid, bro. And I was
bet.
probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old when that shit happened. Maybe a little younger, but I just distinctly remember that. And my dad felt bad, and he was just like, took me to the flea market, took me all around town looking for one, but of course he was gone, sold out because he just died. You know what I'm saying?
It's just so ironic. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, me and you've always had this weird thing with us. Like, as far as, like, we'll show up to the shows, matching outfits. Like, every time. And not coordinate it ever. But we just have this alike mind. And the fact that that was the car that you remember having, that was my grandfather's favorite race car driver, which became my favorite race car driver. We literally cried 1993 when he died. Like, it was a big deal. Yeah. For us in the household. Like,
for sure.
Helicopter
that
crashed.
was my guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it's
NASCAR.
Just ironic that we didn't know each other then. I'm a couple of years age difference.
I remember I cried, and like, I was into NASCAR then because my grandparents were into it. So like that's what we did. Yeah. We watched all the races, you know, and like in my family you had to have a guy, you know, like my grandparents were Earnhardt.
Oh yeah.
And then Earnhardt Jr. fans, you know what I'm saying? So like everybody in the family's got like a favorite racer, even if you don't fuck with it that much. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And so like Davey Allison was always mine. And full circle moment, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, me and my granddad took my son. We all went up to a car show at fucking Darlington Raceway. They had a big ass car show there, and he got to sit in Davey Allison's car, and so like one of his cars.
That
Obviously,
really
they
is
got
a
an
full
ass of
circle
cars,
moment.
but yeah, but he sat in there, and me and my granddad looked at each other, and he was like, my granddad was just like while he's sitting in there and shit. My granddad was like, he won't. Cause it's like in a museum, and we were looking at it, and we were just like admiring it. And the dude who run the museum up there was like, "You want to sit in it?" And Caden was like, "Yeah." And they don't let people do that. But my granddad, being him, he knew so much about the cars and everything about them that he was chopping it up. So you could tell it made the dude's day, like to talk to somebody that really knows what the fuck they're looking at. And he's like, man, let him get in there. It was like, hell yeah. So he got in there, and my granddad, we're just standing there. My granddad's like, he don't realize it now, but one day he'll look back and like realize how big of a moment this is.
Yeah,
you know
no
what I'm
doubt.
saying? And I was like, I hope so. I mean, that shit's cool as hell. Like I was kind of jealous. I was like, I sit in this motherfucker.
I mean, the Allison lineage was heavy. I mean, his daddy was a great race car driver.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
that's dope.
my granddad's
story.
big on that shit. Yeah, for sure.
Hell
But
yeah.
I mean, it is kind of crazy because the same shit you were saying, like when I was a kid, like all my Hot Wheels in the package.
Oh yeah.
Every action figure I had, like, and I wasn't big in action figures, but like I was a huge Brett Favre fan, so I had like, I think I still got this motherfucker in my attic in the package still, but it's just beat up and shit. Like I didn't keep it pristine.
The starting
like,
lineup action figures.
Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
one
so
that
dope.
he was like this big.
Yeah, and he's got like the one plateau on 1 foot, so it
yeah, and it's still in the package and everything.
Yeah.
So I got him, and then I got everything I got is still in the package, you know. And my brother couldn't understand it when we was kids. He was like, how you gonna play with it in the package? I'm like, I'm not trying to play with it. Like I'm just like, this is mine. This is what I got.
Well,
like,
this is where the toy dealers get you now, though. Like, if you're a collector and you buy them to keep in the box, like that's cool. But they actually give you like 2 separate faces, like extra sets of hands. That way, if you take them out the box, you can pose them and make them look different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's where they get you. Because like they'll give you a Wolverine with just like a blank stare face, right? But then they'll give you a separate head where he's got the phase out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I want to open it so I can put the mean face on him.
I got you. Yeah.
So I got all my figures unboxed now, doing different poses, and then I have a separate bag of just random body parts that they came with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It was kind of sad opening some of them because it was like, to me, it's like driving a car off the lot. Like you're losing the value in it, right? But at the same time, it's cool to see them like take their own shape and form, and my most important ones I still got in the box to me. Like the ones that have more sentimental value, are still in the box. But
at the end of the day, like I you know, what I realized too, because when I was a kid, you used to think about like, I mean, you'd watch The Sandlot and they got a Babe Ruth signed ball, so you was just like I was keeping shit not because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rich someday, but I was just like, this shit is gonna be worth something, you know. Like if you keep it in good shape and it's in the box and in the package, like you see, like all our movies growing up used to, not all, but a lot of our movies growing up would have shit like that, where like they had like some special thing that they kept in shape, and then like, you know, and so now as I got older, I realized like it's all like hyped, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. At the end, I guess what I'm saying is at the end of the day, it's like what does it mean to you? And does it make you happy to have it out the box and on your shelf and you can pick it up and change its face and put a hat on it and fuck with it?
So to me, this is just for the now moment to unbox them.
Yeah.
Of course, my biggest thing and part of my excuse to tell my wife why I wanted to do all this to begin with is like, I want to be able to pass a piece of my childhood down to my kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 10 and he comes in here and he looks at this stuff and he's like, it's cool. But it ain't really his thing. Like, he has his own thing. He collects the Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. He's got like 80-something of them. It's insane. You go in his room, and it's like, they're everywhere. Yeah. But, you know, my goal was once I'm dead and gone and out the way, some of this stuff's still going to triple, maybe quadruple in value by then. Yeah. And it go to him. And to him now, he's like, it looks cool, but Dad, I'm not into Nintendo games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get him to play this old stuff to save my life.
Not when you got like Fortnite and shit. Like, it's
right. Like, he's like, you gotta wait for it to load and like crazy stuff like that, right? But once he gets older and he understands like the whole purpose of it, then I would hope that he does something good with it. Even if he doesn't want to keep it himself, trade it in, get some kind of value out of it that'll benefit him.
For sure. That's like my dad when I was a youngin, probably like 10, probably around Jordan's age. He bought me Ken Griffey, Alex Rodriguez rookie card. All right. So there's 2 cards that I got. I got a bunch of cards that I kept in good shape. But there's 2 that my dad got me one and my stepdad got me one. My dad got me an Alex Rodriguez rookie card. It's still in the hard case. And then my stepdad got me a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card in a hard case or whatever, And a few years ago, I was looking at them, and one of them, I think combined, like, one of them was worth a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember which one or
Gotta
the
be
other.
the Ken Griffey. Well, it depends.
I feel like it was the Alex Rodriguez because it's like a premier prospect one.
Yeah.
So it's got like the holographic, and the Ken Griffey is a more like, it's not a common one. It's still rare, but it's more common than that Alex Rodriguez one.
Right.
So I feel like the Alex Rodriguez one was like 12,000 or 15,000, and the Ken Griffey was like 8,000 or something like that. But that's like when you look up that shit, it's like that's best case scenario. They're gonna beat you
up. They
judge
it down to how the mintness of it. Like
exactly.
If you have the slightest fingerprint on it, like that takes a whole grade away from it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They're very like, and when it comes to cards, it's kind of finicky because you got to think. Back then, you had 10, 11 different companies printing cards, so you could end up with a rookie card of a player, but these other companies also have rookie cards of that player. So which card is really the legit rookie card? Like which one? So
which one?
The card game was big when we were coming up, and I think it's like making a resurgence.
It is making a resurgence. That's why, like a few years ago, I was thinking about selling them because I was like, even if I get like worst case, because I know they're in great shape, but even if I get worst case, like I got 10, 12 grand in my hand right now, like I was like, shit, I mean, I could use that money, you know, I mean.
You find the right collector and trader, bro, you can definitely
and that's the problem with the card game is that if you go to a dealer, like they're gonna beat you up, but it's like everything is worth what somebody's willing to pay. You know what I'm saying? Sure. It's like if you got something that somebody like, it could be anything on your wall. Like it's just that one thing that one guy, like you said, that's sentimental to him that he's been looking for forever, and you got it.
Right.
And it's only worth like $200, but dude's like, I'll give you 2,000. You know what I'm saying? You're like, but I feel like that's what makes it where it drives up prices because the dealers like. That's how dealers get you is because like one guy might have spent 10 grand on this car, but usually it only goes for 400 or 500, but nobody's selling them. So you're like, oh, I want the 10,000. He's like, well, I'll give you like 600 for it because 90% of the cars are being sold for 1,000. Or there's only one been sold for 10,000. You're like,
right.
Well, so it's not worth 10,000. He's like, like, if you find that guy but he's already bought it. Sure. He's got it.
Sure. That's why to me, like, the best thing to do would be just hold on to it and let it play out how it happens. Like in the end, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta ask. I got a whole book of cards, but like they're not in like they're just in the old flip fucking in plastic sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't been touched or pulled out or nothing. But if they're not in that hard case where like, you know what I'm saying? Because they done been in the garage and the attic and the here and the there. So they're nowhere near mint. But I love pulling them open and just looking at it and seeing like Delta Scrump. And, You know, like Hakeem Olajuwon and
Spud
like,
Webb.
John Starks.
Man,
and
I used to
Stacey Augmon. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I forgot about Stacey Augmon.
Yeah, right.
Like, he was my
Larry
guy.
Johnson. Like, bro, I used to have boxes and boxes and binders of cards. But true story, which I guess like it was a noble act when I was a kid. But now that I'm 40 and I look back at it, like I kick myself in the ass for it. But So my grandparents, I know we've discussed on the pod before, they're holy rollers. Little foamy, never hurt nobody.
Nope.
So my grandparents, they're holy rollers, and they happen to know a lady who, her house had burnt down, and their child lost everything.
Oh shit.
And I can't remember how old I was. I'm sure it was before I was a teenager. But I was kind of in that phase where I was getting out of the stuff. You know, what I mean? Like, it wasn't interesting
right.
to me. And I ended up giving him everything. Every card I owned, every action figure. And I'm talking about, I had the wrestlers, like the 12-inch rubber ones that didn't move. They just had the pose, like LJN wrestler. Yeah. Had all of them. Like, I got rid of everything and gave them all to this kid because he had lost stuff. Yeah, bro. Heart-wrenching.
Oh, yes.
You know, I look back, I'm like, you know, I did a good thing that day. Yeah. But it's like, man.
Yeah, but you know? The hard part about it would be, you're like, did he take care of him?
Yeah,
like they
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you would have still had them shit.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
know what I mean? Like, you're like, I hope he didn't just, like, not give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, to you were probably through him, but it probably was like, you know, for you to give him to him because that's what they meant to you, was like, I'm doing something good, not just getting rid of him. Mm-hmm. That shows that you respected him, you know, like, for sure. You respected to have those things, so you knew it was, to you, it was a big deal to give them to him, so hopefully it was a big deal for him to get them, you know.
Well, I'm sure in that moment I put myself in his shoes, and I was like, man, I couldn't imagine losing everything I owned in a fire, you know. And,
yeah, see, that's like me, like, because you brought up wrestling, like, it's funny because my brother is more like you. Like, it's funny, like, you're a mixture of me and my brother, you know, in a weird way, because he was more like you. Like, he played video games, he fucked with, so like me, I'm more like by proxy. I know about all that shit because my brother was into it, you know. So like wrestling, for instance, like, I know a lot about wrestling because of him, but it ain't because I like,
you were like
cared.
A super fan.
I didn't even really care about it, and a lot of times I fuck with him, pick on him about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd always come in the room like, that shit's fake. You know what I'm saying? Make fun of him, and then, but then at the same time, like, I'd sit there and watch a lot of that shit. With me, like, yo, this shit's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? And so, especially like once the what is the era?
The Attitude Era. When, like, they started getting like provocative.
That's when they got me, you know. But before that, like, I would jump in and out. I fucked with Brett, you know. Like, Brett always had my attention. Shawn Michaels. Yeah. But
we've been long overdue for like an episode of just wrestling.
I know. I think I'm gonna wait till Ant gets
gotta have Ant.
Y'all. Sorry, Ant couldn't be here, man. Cousin Sal, the whole crew couldn't be here for other, extenuating circumstances. But y'all keep Ant in your prayers, man. He's going through some stuff. So, shout out his dad, Big Sal, man. I hope everything works out. But
big prayers.
Man. Yeah, dog. I'd like to have him on because he definitely wanted to be here, and he definitely wanted to talk about the wrestling shit. So
we're gonna get it popping because I could talk for a week about some wrestling.
I know.
You know what I mean? And I'm a byproduct of, like I said, my grandfather. A lot of the things that I carried with me came from him.
Yeah.
And he's old school wrestling. Like, he used to go to the township and go to the outdoor shows where they were like, you sat on wooden bleachers and like the Chief Wahoo McDaniel days. And he'd take me growing up, like the Rock and Roll Express and like just all these older dudes, and it just kind of stuck with me, and I grew a love for it. My sister Amanda, she grew up loving wrestling probably because of me, and her father kind of got into it, and her father kind of looked like the Undertaker, to be honest with you. Shorter. So yeah, man, it just kind of stuck with us, and I mean, we watch it to this day. I mean, I don't miss it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because I know, like, we'll get into, like, we'll have a whole pod where we fucking talk about the memories. I know we've touched on it the last couple times you've been on the pod, but I just want, like, instead, because I know when we get Sal with us, or cousin Sal, we'll probably do, like, nostalgic and all that, but I want to know, like, what's wrestling now, because I hadn't tapped in since they got on Netflix, which I haven't tapped in since, I don't even know the wrestlers, like, other than, I'd say probably, like, the really big ones, like Roman Reigns, like, I would recognize him.
Yeah.
before, like, I don't even know if I've actually watched wrestling since like John Cena first got on the scene. Like that's probably the last little bit of wrestling that, because until probably like after Stone Cold and The Rock kind of fizzled out, I have no idea what's happened since then, other than like watching that documentary where you know, and I know that like Triple H took it over. And
well, it had its phases.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say about wrestling is like I think wrestling is really the only. It's entertainment now. Of course, it's looked at as more of a sport, sports entertainment. It's not just wrestling anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's one of the only things that in our lifetime we've been able to watch and see something grow monumental to what it is now.
Yeah.
Like the NFL's, to my knowledge, has always been big. Even back when I was growing up, the NFL was big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's been around 100 years.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Right. Wrestling in its current form, wrestling's been around as long, but
it was. I mean, the Romans were wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but as far as like professional,
the form of wrestling that we have now is only really been around for about 30 years.
Yeah,
you know
strong, right.
I mean, it's probably been around like similar style for 50, 60 years, but it was like you said, like what your grandpa was doing, where it was just like they had little circuits and it was all just live shows.
Right.
It wasn't really like being like Vince took that shit to the stratosphere. You know,
I mean, and the evolution of them going from like corny character gimmick wrestlers, like you got a dump truck driver who's a wrestler, a clown,
Mr. Boss Man,
a jail parole officer who's a wrestler. Like to move from that to now, who we have realistic stars. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk. You know. John Cena for one, which John Cena started out as a gimmicky white rapper wrestler. You know what I mean? And then grew to this patriotic G.I. Joe-esque type guy. You know what I mean? So where it's at now, I never thought that we would see it become what it is. I mean, the machine that's behind it is incredible. Yeah. And it's only getting bigger. I mean, they've locked in the deal with TKO, which is part owner with UFC. So it's a big thing now. Like it's always been big, but like the Netflix thing at first was a little shaky, of course, as anything is. But you can definitely tell the difference of what Triple H is building and his vision for it to what Vince McMahon's vision was.
Got you. So was I was not able to watch WrestleMania. I was out somewhere. I was doing something. Was it good?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I'm not a big fan. They do it 2 nights now. Because it's just so big, you can't fit everything in.
That's weird.
One night. So they do like a Friday night, or I think it may be a Saturday or a Sunday and a Sunday. Not sure, but I know it's 2 nights.
Like a week apart?
No.
Oh, like back-to-back nights.
Yeah, you night 1 and then you got night 2.
Yeah.
And you have a main event on night 1 and you have a main event on night 2. Another thing that's different now is you got 2 separate sets of champions for almost every belt. So, because you got 2 shows. You got Raw and you got SmackDown. So you need a champion on the Raw and you need a champion on SmackDown.
Okay, so you're the welterweight Raw champion,
basically.
Like, or do they have different names for the belt or something?
No, well, one of them is like the World Wrestling. What is it? The World Wrestling Champion, and the other one is the World Heavyweight Champion. Like it's kind of cheesy. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. I don't like the way they formatted it.
Yeah,
it makes sense of what they were trying to do with it, but. It does.
I
remember
get a little
they
confusing. Used to have like the Intercontinental.
Yeah, they have that, and now they have a women. The women have their own Intercontinental belt.
But like, what is the Intercontinental? So that's like just it's like
it's heavyweight champion junior. It's somebody who may be a mid carder who's just got some popularity.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
Okay.
And then if that said champion goes on and keeps kicking ass and gaining popularity, they would eventually throw him into a heavyweight champion mix, but it's just kind of tiered out. You know what I mean?
I was trying to think, who was the wrestler that was on? I think he was on Flagrant recently podcast. Who was it? Oh, Roadz.
Oh, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah. He's interesting. He's got an interesting story. Yeah, it's crazy. Like
You want to talk about someone who went from nothing, like a complete joke,
Yeah.
to building his
Well, he
own
bet on
empire.
himself, you know. He bet on himself and was like, I'm going to do
to the point where he left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Helped start a whole nother enemy company.
Yeah.
And then was like, now give me the bag. Mm-hmm. And they did. They threw him the line and brought him right back in. And he's been the champion ever since.
Yeah, because like I listened to the podcast and I was like super intrigued by it just because of that. Because he said he left because they was fucking around with him, making him a gimmick, making him do shit that, you know, and he's like, I'm a Rhodes. Like, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
I know you're familiar with Goldust, what they did to his brother. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that had a popular run in the early mid 90s, and Goldust did. But then when Cody came around, they threw him into a gimmick called Stardust.
Yeah.
Which was a play off of Goldust, and it was just a complete shit show. You know what I mean? It was corny. For the time and era they were trying to do it, it was just like kicking a man while he's down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And he just said that he was like, fuck it, you know, like I'll go independent. My name has some weight, even though, so, you know, he just started like going and challenging like champions of smaller level stuff and like building up their fan base because they're like, shit, like, yeah, this room only holds 3,000 people, but we're going to sell it out. You know what I mean? And
he found a couple really good independent wrestlers that were smart with money, and they built AEW along with Tony Khan, the brother of the Khan who owns the Jaguars. The whole Khan family got stupid bread.
Yeah.
But they formulated a plan to start this business, and I don't know if you've ever watched AEW, but it's not, as a wrestling fan, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I'll watch it because I love wrestling, but it's more of a ragtag bunch. You know, it's not as
like
formatted.
ECW, or no, it's not.
No,
just,
it's not quite that crazy.
Just,
It's not like, you know, bloody and X-rated and stuff. They're like Bush League wrestlers, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Some of them are really good.
It's like a testing ground.
Yeah,
like,
basically. Basically. You get to see people before they become big on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of the same format Dana uses with the UFC. Like, they have like these smaller promotions, and it's like, you know, you go there, you become a champion, and like then it's like, okay, well, you can start from the bottom here. You know what I mean? If you want to come up to the WWE.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Shout out to Cody, man. Big us, bro. Like, I mean,
crazy. I mean, everybody loves a story like that, man.
The
and
underdog.
dude is definitely like self-aware. To have that's another thing, to be self-aware enough to understand like who you are and like be like, I'm not taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think to him, because this is what he says, is like he never wanted to just get something because of who he was.
He wanted to be bigger than that. Yeah.
But,
well, his dad never got to hold the belt.
Yeah.
Like, he did, but it was for a brief, like, less than 24 hours. Yeah. So that became his story, was he wanted to be able to get the belt on his own.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? And I don't know the whole story, but I know that like there was some shadiness done to his dad.
There was, yeah.
And so, which I guess
he got
not having a
gimmicked
belt
out.
Yeah,
I mean, that's something that Vince was known for.
So he was like, you know, he felt like they were doing him dirty because of past shit from his dad. Whereas like, damn, so I can't get in. Everybody, where I'm at, everybody thinks I got here because of my dad, but I can't get where I want to go because of my dad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the
gift
fuck?
and a curse.
I'm in a conundrum. You know, it's like people are mad at my dad, so they try to play me.
Yeah.
And then people think that I'm mad at me because they think I'm only here because of my dad. So it's like, fuck, man. It's kind of like, it just reminded me of kind of like some of our story when we was coming up, where it's like, you know, you being a white rapper and you go somewhere and it's like they hate you because, you know, like you're a culture vulture or you're this, and then you know, then you go over here and all the white people are like, you're a wigger and you just want to be black and you're like this and that, and you're just like and it's like, well, damn, like I'm just trying.
Your back ends up against several walls.
Exactly.
And you're either gonna fall down to the beating or you're gonna come out swinging.
Right. And, that's all you can do is be like, man, fuck, I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's all I can do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it by myself if you don't want to help.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching TikTok earlier. I wish, like, because we were talking about all these collectibles and shit. But there's this girl on TikTok who found one of her old CD books with all her burnt CDs in it. So like she's been doing a series, and it's all
she's got the titles written on it.
Yeah, so it's like Summer Mix 2006,
Yeah,
Summer Mix '06, or Senior Year, or this and that. But she literally just like puts them together. So she'll listen to like 10 seconds of a song, and she flips through the whole CD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I wish I had that shit. I wish I could get like all my burnt CDs back, because you be finding songs that you just forget about, dude. I was like, damn, like, I forgot about that shit. It is funny too, because she's like a white girl, so she got a lot of like T-Pain, Lil Wayne, all that shit.
There's a whole page on TikTok called "Songs That You Forgot About," and they go through. They got like 80 something different pages of them, and they'll go through like 6 or 7 songs a page of songs, and you're just like, bro, I remember watching BET Uncut, hearing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, so many classics.
Shit,
bro.
we went and saw Tom Segura last weekend. Me and Derek and Ant.
He's been one of your favorites for a minute. How was it?
No, I don't fuck with him.
No, you're not a Segura fan. Oh, okay.
No, but Derek thought that too. That's why he got some tickets and he invited me. And I was like, nah. I mean, like podcasting when him and Bert are together. That's what's weird about me is like, I fuck with a lot of people podcast wise, but like I don't fuck with their comedy.
Like
you know, there's only a few that I like. Yeah, like Rogan, like. Even though I've kind of fell off his podcast because I used to like his, it felt like his shit used to be more diverse, and now it's just kind of, I don't know. I just hadn't liked his guests over the last like year, so I kind of fell off listening to him. But I've never liked his stand up. You know? I think he's a great podcast host. He knows enough about enough shit that he could talk to almost anybody, and he's a fucking commentator, so he's good at that shit.
I wonder if Theo's the same, because I love his podcast.
No,
but I don't
his
know
stand up is good.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
good. It's just like, cause you know how his stick kind of is that nervous, awkward energy.
Yeah.
So that's how his stand up is too. You know what I mean? But it's like. The hard part for me about it is like, I'm like, at some point you kind of start to go like, bro, you're rich as fuck, you're popular. Like, there's no way you still have like lack of confidence and insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Like, which everybody is, and I'm sure he does. But at some point I'm just like, bro, like, come on, like,
right?
You know, you feeling yourself at this point. Though.
Yeah,
like you done built that shit. One of the biggest podcasts in the world.
And I think it takes a certain level of intelligence to be able to pull off so much stupidity.
Yeah,
does that make any sense?
Dude, he's super smart. He just like, but he's like, it's like you know, Larry the Cable Guy is his real name's like, fucking Steve White or some shit.
I thought you were gonna say like Clarence or.
It's something like we could look it up. I don't want to fuck it up. I wish Jeff was here so he could look it up for us. But
look it up.
Yeah, but it's. He literally was just a regular, like he don't even talk like that.
Yeah,
like
right.
He just talks like regular. He don't have like that accent, but it was like a part of his show where he would just go into like the Larry the Cable Guy bits and doing that shit, and then everybody loved it.
I gotta stop you because you just reminded me of some shit that I just seen the other day, and it stopped me dead in my tracks, and I couldn't believe my ears. Have you ever heard an interview with Mr. Miyagi not in Mr. Miyagi character?
Bro, please tell me that. No way. You're serious.
Do it, bro. It's like I was like, no way.
He's just straight up Clarence.
It ain't Mr. Miyagi, bro. It's like
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't even associate it with anything because it was just so like
just random.
Nah, this for real? Like, yeah. You get on there and you expect something like, I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Dude. Like, nah.
What was like you said that, like, what was your guilty pleasure, like, fight movies back in the day, man? Was you like or who was your guy? Like, are we talking Seagal? We talking Jean-Claude?
What a fucking cheese dick. I could never get into Seagal, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. Like
Jean-Claude?
Mr. I can.
You like Jean-Claude?
I did like Bloodsport, American Kickboxer. I
Chuck
fuck
Norris.
with those.
No, you don't fuck with Walker.
Walker, yes.
Yeah.
But the movies,
I've probably seen every episode of Walker.
I'm gonna go back to my grandfather. He was a huge Charles Bronson fan. So like Charles Bronson, Charles Bronson was dope. I mean, I like John Claude. Chuck.
Damn,
I did go to the theater. Me and my grandma went to.
Yeah.
Me and Grandma went to the theater and watched Sidekicks. You ever see that with Chuck Norris and Jonathan Brandis? Love it. Yeah. God. I do remember that.
Yeah, when he would like fall asleep in class and he'd be like
I was more of a Three Ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that shit.
Yeah.
But I would probably say John was never into like the Bruce Lee stuff. Like it's cool now, you know what I mean? But like growing up,
I mean Bruce Lee. I think it's just because we were. I don't know. I mean, when did he die? He died before we were born.
Yeah, I think so.
So you would have had to like go back and watch him.
Right,
you know, like.
Right.
So it's not gonna resonate.
Like you heard the stories. Like he's the one you don't want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like John Claude, bro.
Yeah.
Like John Claude, Frank Dukes.
I was
like Frank. You know,
the Crow was my shit.
The Crow was the
that
shit.
was a dope ass movie.
Have you seen the remake?
No, it's terrible.
Trash.
I bet, man.
Trash.
Why do they be trying to remake shit?
They need to stop, bro.
They do.
I can name so many that just like Point Break. Like, why would you?
Dude, why would you do that, bro? Like, that was literally the one that was in my mind.
I'm an FBI agent. Like, come on, bro. You can't duplicate that shit, bro. Keanu, bro. Yeah. That was our first look at John Wick.
Utah.
Yeah,
give me two.
Give me two. That was our first look at John Wick.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the very ending, when he walks off the beach, he's got the long hair, fucking the goatee. Like, that was our first, like, okay, badass Keanu. Okay, I see you.
I feel like they fucked up The Matrix, too. Did you see that latest one?
Never been into The Matrix. I cannot tell you. I've maybe seen 10 minutes of a Matrix.
Oh, my God.
Way too sci-fi for me, bro.
I was so into The Matrix. Like, the first 3 were fucking fire.
Yeah?
Yeah. The first one's so dope.
I don't know, man. I'm weird. And I think we talked about this because I called you on a question a couple weeks ago about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I didn't. It took me maybe like a year ago that I finally fell into the Harry Potter stuff. Like, and I'm like, damn, man, I missed that whole wave because this shit is fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I forget what I called to ask you, but like.
Oh, you were asking me about Snape, like if he was...
Slytherin, Professor Snape, yeah. Because I had got to the point in the movie where he helped Voldemort.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, he been dirty this whole fucking time? Like, yeah. And I still haven't watched the very last one. I'm waiting until I can get like a day where I can just really zone in. Because I've watched the rest of them that way. Mm-hmm. But there's just been so much going on, moving in and stuff. I haven't been able to zone in on the very last one.
Yeah, and their little spin-offs are pretty good, too. What is it called? Fantastic Beasts.
That's a good, I saw the first one of that.
Yeah, that shit's good.
And it was okay,
Yeah, they should have... I don't know. They should have went with like a... They can explore that universe more like Marvel does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think they were trying to do that, but maybe it wasn't hitting, or...
I think the problem is, like, Marvel is just endless characters.
Yeah.
Endless stories. Yeah. 10 to 15 stories per character. Like, there's different variations. It's just never ending. Every time I feel like we're at an ending, it's, like, not ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Marvel has, like, the luxury of being from comic books where, like, there's, like, no... there's multiple storylines and universes where like Harry Potter like has it's a book. It's a series of books that has like a timeline and a direction. So it's kind of hard to like I'm sure it's super difficult and complex to like be like, let's branch off this way, but there's so much already that's known by the people that it's like
big ups J.K. Rowling though, man. Like, did that shit. Did that.
Yeah, that shit's good. The Hobbit's good. You ever watch The Hobbit? You ain't fuck with that?
That's like
the Lord of the Rings? I mean, that shit.
And it probably is. I just haven't given it the time. Like I said, I'm just now getting into the Harry Potter stuff. Like,
you got to.
I'm sure eventually I'll venture into it. You know what I mean? I'm Elijah Wood's in that, right? So I don't think I don't know. I never resonated
bagging
with
bitches like I'm Frodo. Nah, that shit's super good, dude. Super good. Yeah, it's like It's like in the same vein as Harry Potter, you know. It's not wizards and shit. It's more like Middle Earth dwarves and fucking magic and like. But
well, the more they keep kicking this shit at me, different stuff, the more I'm just like, damn, I remember how great that was. Like, I don't know if you've heard. It might not be a big deal to you. I was a big Scream fan when it first dropped, and like they just released it. Matthew Lillard's supposed to be playing a role and coming back in the new one, in Scream 7. So, like, I literally took the past 2 days and watched 1 through 6 in 2 days, you know, just to brush up. Because I'm like, damn, I don't remember what was so great about the fucking... And they got kind of cheesy with it. Like, don't get me wrong, nothing touches the first 2. You know what I mean?
God, why are these things so foamy?
They've been shooken up, man. That's okay. This thing can be washed. I ain't worried about that.
I don't get it.
You good, bro.
I brought a bunch of squirters over. You just give a little finger and that thing's like... I was a huge Nev Campbell fan. So.
The Craft.
So, yeah. And yeah, she was in Scream too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sydney.
Yeah, exactly.
Sydney fucking Prescott.
Yeah, you fucked me up when you said Craft. I was like, wait. Oh, yeah. Sydney Prescott.
Yeah. Yeah, she was that one.
Yeah, she was. I was in love with her.
Not too bad now. Not too bad. Not too bad these days either. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
My like all time crush, and it's gonna sound weird, is Hilary Duff though. Oh my god.
Bro. Don't go there with me.
No.
Yeah, she's bad. Yeah.
You seen that?
I have. Yeah. I have. That don't make no sense.
That
bro.
picture on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. Like, where have you been, bro?
Gosh, dude. And she just like disappeared and was just like, oh yeah, I'm still bad out this bitch.
Yeah, I love that.
Damn,
that's even that makes it even more sense.
Yeah, a little mysterious, you know what I mean? I don't know, that girl from The Craft, that black girl was fine too. Was that
I don't even know her name, but yeah, she was cute.
Yeah, what else was she?
Kind of had a Scary Spice thing going on there.
Yeah, that wasn't Scary Spice?
Nah.
She did look like Scary Spice a little bit.
Little bit.
What else was she in though? She was in another movie. Yeah, that girl. She was beautiful.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, for
she
sure.
Was cute.
And Vicky Valancourt, like
Vicky
she just got,
yeah.
like, you know, like it's something about them girls that are just like that. That like they're not the most like, I don't want to say pretty because she is pretty, but like not socially
like vain, like
well, just like the social construct of what pretty is, they don't fit that mold. You know what I'm saying?
But she's got that natural beauty.
Yeah, and she's just got like the something. It's like one of them like something about her kind of girls. It's just like, what was she about?
Yeah.
She was.
Wild, I mean, all them girls in The Craft was cute. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Until that one bitch lost her hair.
Hold on, you talking about Marsha Brady? Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I was kind of glad to see that happen. She got on my damn nerves.
Sure. Yeah, she was being a cunt. Yeah, for sure. What else you want to get up in here, man? What's like something you're trying to collect now? Like, you still trying to add to the collection?
No, I think I'm gonna keep this the way it is. I have. So it's not more a collection thing, but a thought of mine. It might be cheesy to some, but I wanted to take everything off the walls and get some glow in the dark paint or some fluorescent paint and just fucking grab handfuls of it and just sling it every fucking where.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually I'll get to that, but
I did that in my room when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But I didn't have. I
think I'm going through a midlife crisis, bro.
No, I mean I did it though. Like now, you could probably do it like way cooler because like what I did was I just broke open glow sticks, orange and green and pink ones and shit, and just fucking slung them everywhere and then put black lights up, and that shit was dope. Yeah. But that shit wears off after a while. Like now you can get like the actual paint that does that shit. But
I'm gonna keep the collection the way it is. Like I said, I want to aim more towards I don't know. This really is just for my family and my close friends to enjoy. Yeah. And it's not like I'm going to open this thing up for public and charge people $10 to come in here and do shit. It isn't like that. Not a bad
idea.
Not a bad idea, but no, it ain't like that. I expressed like, I don't know, they won't be able to see this from this side, but when the garage door comes down, I'm going to be hanging the projector from the ceiling, and it's going to project on a huge screen that covers the whole garage door with movie theater style seating looking towards that direction. So it's gonna be like a kind of a mini movie theater, but also like a game cave type of thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know where I'm going with it. To be honest with you, I'm happy with what I've done so far. This took a lot of work. Shout out to Luke for coming to help me.
Yeah, shout out Nukem.
Yeah, Luke Nukem. He, I can say a lot of things about young boy, but anytime I'm in a jam, he's always on time.
Yeah, he got a good heart.
Yeah,
man.
he does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
my wife's
sure.
been like all about that. Like I said, this was all in our room at one point. So
yeah,
she's all about let's get this shit out of there.
Yeah, put that shit out there, bro.
So
I mean, I like the idea, but we should do some like tournaments and shit or something. You know what I mean?
Definitely
like,
want to do like an NBA Jam tournament.
NBA Jams, Mario Kart.
Yeah, one thing I saw, and I think I may have sent you or Shane the picture, but I saw a picture on Facebook of it months and months and months ago, maybe like a year ago. But I want to, like in the summer nights when everybody's out doing shit, I want to have a night where we take the projector outside on this. I got a huge side of the house that's blank.
Yeah.
And have like a Mario Kart tournament on the side of the house, like
Sick.
a neighborhood Mario Kart tournament. I think that would be so fucking fun. And something the kids can get into.
That'd be super cool, man.
Yeah. So we got some plans, man.
Well, you got the Wii and shit too, bro. Like we could get down some Tiger.
Yeah, anything. I mean, I'm missing
a Tiger Woods tournament would be sick, bro.
I'm missing two systems. I'm missing the Dreamcast and the Sega Saturn, and both of them are attainable. It's not like they're super hard to find. Yeah. It's just I got to a point with the other 20-something systems that I just had to scale it back a little bit.
Dreamcast and what?
And the Sega Saturn. Yeah, so if y'all know anybody with one for a decent price, and I've been seeing some, not too crazy.
You gotta get a Dreamcast because
Power Stone for Dreamcast.
The original 2Ks on there too. Basketball with Iverson.
And football with Randy Moss on the cover.
With Iverson though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Which
that's with him and Eric Snow and
when he was still on the Sixers and shit.
Right.
But like what's dope to me about the Dreamcast and like a lot of people like I'm glad you brought up Sega Saturn because that's probably the most overlooked system of all time. Like
that was our first like look at virtual style gaming without having to. You remember the Virtual Boy where you had to stick your head in the goggles to use? The Saturn was the first one where console wise, like your first virtual experience.
Yeah, well, the Saturn's before the Dreamcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Saturn was the first one to have the CD, right? The disc.
Yes.
I feel like it.
You're right.
Yeah, and I think that maybe that's why it didn't catch on as much because people were transitioning from cartridges to. Mm-hmm. And then the Dreamcast and the GameCube came along and kind of, was it? No, the GameCube was a little later. It was the PlayStation 1.
Yep, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, then GameCube was like Nintendo was like, let me get a piece of that.
But the Dreamcast, dude, it was the first. Thank Sega for what you have with controllers right now. Mm-hmm. Like even though Sony and Xbox are the
two now,
without Dreamcast was the original, like that form of controller. It looked like
a spaceship.
Yeah, it had like the
and then
triggers.
It had the screen and the controller. The emote screen and the controller. Yeah.
So it was Sega kind of innovated that the discs and the the controller style.
Right.
It was like more ergonomic. Like it was, it wasn't like a little square before, you know what I mean? And so
to be honest with you, and you're right in a sense as far as like the aesthetics of it, but Super Nintendo controller is more based of what the controllers now are because they were the first ones with the bumpers at the top.
Yeah.
The left and right.
Right.
And then they took that with the 4 buttons. If you look at a Super Nintendo controller, you got the Y, X, B, and A.
Yeah.
And you replace that with the triangle, square, circle, X. You basically got a PlayStation controller in your hand.
You're right. And Nintendo they're the first ones to come out with the joystick too, right?
Yeah.
With 64.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dreamcast, yes, as far as like the shape and molding different plays you can do with the controller.
Yeah.
But as far as
I thought the Dreamcast had the triggers though. Didn't it have triggers up top? No.
I Don't think so. Maybe they did. It's
feel
been
like
a while.
It had the first.
Maybe.
I feel like it was the first one that like your hands went like around the
Maybe,
controller
but
and
Super
it had
Nintendo was years before the Dreamcast.
Oh, for sure. Well, I felt like Nintendo when they came out with the Switch is when the Wii was definitely like groundbreaking, but it didn't take off the way that they thought it would because people were like, I don't really want to fucking.
They aimed way too much at the younger audience, and
they did, and they aimed way too much at like motion. Like they thought people would like that you moved around for video games and did stuff, but people were like, no, when I'm playing video games, I'm trying to sit the fuck down and not be doing
relax.
Like, you know what I mean? If I want to play tennis, motherfucker, I'll go outside. Like I'm not trying to sit in my house and do all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But
now we set the bar for the Rock Band and the Guitar Hero shit. You know, that shit was dope.
Exactly.
As far as interactive wise, and then PlayStation 2 kind of caught on and did their own. You know, but
I felt like Nintendo was kind of like cutting edge with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and you know, then the PlayStation came out, and Nintendo took a while to catch up. To that. That shit.
Because you got to think who Nintendo was aimed at was, again, the younger audience.
Right.
Now you got,
but when they
just
came
like
out with
wrestling with the Attitude Era, things started getting more risque.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 started busting out PlayStation busting out the Resident Evils, the Metal Gear Solid. You were starting to see like blood on games other than like Mortal Kombat on the Sega and stuff. Like, I think a lot of people make a big deal without it. Listen. The whole thing is every company bit a little bit off of each other to get to where they are now.
For sure.
And I mean, PlayStation is, and to what I think will always be the top dog. It's just they got way too much money behind
I've always compared it. Well, not always, but like what we have now. To me, Xbox is like Android, and PlayStation is like iPhone. And people might not agree with that, but that's just how I've had both Android and iPhone, and I've had both Xbox and PlayStation, and that's to me is like the best comparison I can come up with because like Xbox is more like free and open, and you can it's like an Android, like you can do more shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as can open to like downloading more like shit. Like PlayStation is very tight knit. Like these are accepted. This is what we use. Like this everything's gotta and it's gotta be for PlayStation by PlayStation.
Right.
Xbox is like, bro, we don't care. Order a fucking controller from China and fucking hook it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. Like
where Xbox has a leg up on PlayStation is the way they formatted the membership stuff.
Yeah,
because you can pay for the Xbox Game Pass and download and play any game from their catalog.
Yeah.
Where PlayStation, you have tiers.
Right.
Like if you're on the highest tier, you can do that, but
which is
you're
like
gonna
some
pay
iPhone.
out your ass.
It's some Apple shit. It's
Basically.
like if you got an Android phone, like you can download some app and get music and all this shit. And iPhone's like, bro, if it ain't Spotify or Apple, you can hang that shit up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and what's on PlayStation? Apple and Spotify.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're almost like in cahoots, but just the quality of PlayStation to me is just like I've always liked PlayStation just because I've got an Xbox, so I had an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 until I got the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And just playing like the same game, like PGA.
Yeah.
I play a lot of that golf. You play it on the Xbox, and it's just the swing is delayed, even though it's like a microsecond.
Yeah.
When you're
same thing with the Switch. If you play some of the games on PS5 on the Switch it isn't more of a delay, but you can tell the graphics are just more like kiddie looking. You know what I'm saying? More.
I will say that's what I was going. That's the direction I was going when we were talking. That Nintendo to me was about to die until they brought out that Switch.
Yeah, right.
And I will give them that. That Switch is a bad motherfucker.
It's fire.
Like, that shit is.
And now they about to drop the Switch too.
That shit is crazy. Like how they,
they took the Wii, and then they took the console format and put it in one.
Yeah, and then they took the PSP and like was like, which the PSP,
poor PSP,
dog,
man.
God.
It was such a big...
That was the most fire thing ever invented, and it just did not get the time or recognition it fucking deserved, man. Like, if they would have dropped the PSP like when Wi-Fi and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like it came out just, it was ahead of its time. Because I feel like if it would have dropped, you know, like I don't know, I don't even know, like when did it drop? Like 2000?
2008?
Yeah, like so there was Wi-Fi and shit, but it was just like, I don't know, like if it would have been, cause you still had to have like little discs and shit for it. You know what I'm saying?
I got mine still in the box over there.
Oh, fire! Yeah. But yeah, so like if it would have came where like you could just download games to it and fucking watch YouTube and like.
But I thought it was cool you could play movies and it had the movies too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, that was like the what was the shit was it what the kids always have fucking back in the day? The Nintendo shit.
The Game Boy?
No, the DS.
Oh, the DS.
Yeah. That shit was fire too.
Got one of those too.
Yeah. And then the 3DS and shit were like, that was kind of cool, but But yeah, I remember my son, like he didn't want to go nowhere without that fucking DS, bro.
Yeah, it was next level. Being able to text somebody like with the pen and all. Yeah. Like, send pictures and stuff.
It's so crazy. I feel like technology just progresses way too fast. So it's
it really does.
When we get something cool, it's like it's only cool for a little while, and then it's like, fuck, man, now there's something cooler out, and it's like, damn, man, like that shit could have lasted a little longer.
Yeah, right. I mean? It's only gonna get worse, man, the more they go along with it. Like all this stuff, like it'll be artifacts, man, before you know it. That's why I want to, enjoy them while they're still actually working. And
shit, what movie you got on there?
I think I got Home Alone in VHS is in there right now. But of course I've got the Nintendo 64 loaded for some GoldenEye.
Oh, okay.
In case you wanted to get down, play a match of some GoldenEye, man. You know
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
We can definitely get down and rock that out. But I was telling you about the little, my neighborhood pages where they have a page that's like free on the curb, come pick it up, no holds type of thing. And like this lady put a box out there with like an ass of VHS movies, man. And the first thing I saw was Little Giants, and I was like, Waterboy's about to come over here and do a water pod. That's one of his favorite movies. And I was like, I gotta go get it, bro. It was early in the morning, so I hauled ass over there, bro. And I ended up getting it in the box, man. Little Giants on VHS, bro. I couldn't believe it.
What?
Yeah, like Icebox, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. There's something about watching a movie on VHS. Funny story. The last time we had a really bad thunderstorm and all the Wi-Fi got knocked out, we were very lucky to still be able to turn the old tube TV on, and we all watched E.T., the VHS, and my son actually sat there and watched the whole thing, and I was like, that's so dope for him to see. Like, it took like 3 to 5 minutes for the FBI warning sign to pop up. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, is it ever gonna start? And I'm like,
dude, I gotta
you had
do
to have
that.
patience. You know what I mean?
We were at the thrift store the other day, and they had a stack of Disney movies, and I was like, Haven, you know what this is? And she was like, oh, that's like a movie or something. I was like, it's a VHS. Like, I was like, I opened it. She was like, it's like you gotta rewind it.
Be kind and rewind.
But yeah, that would be cool to do, because like we watch all the old shit. Like I just put her on to the Goonies. Mm-hmm. Like she liked that shit.
Yeah. Did you know there's a Goonies video game? But
But
it's called Goonies 2, so it's supposed to be the sequel of the movie, but it's in a video game form.
Oh shit!
There was never a Goonies 1 video game. There's a Goonies 2.
So maybe they were shooting the movie and they never put it out.
I don't know the story behind it, but I saw the game and I was like, hold up.
I feel like I remember the game though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's only on Nintendo
just didn't remember it
to
being
my knowledge. So I don't know. A lot of the, like, I've got to ask the Nintendo games, and I got them just for the nostalgia fact of them, but they don't, like, you think you'd put one in and have a bunch of fun playing it, and maybe some of them you would.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you put them in and you play it for like 10 minutes and you're like,
man.
Yeah, they just didn't. It didn't age very well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, because we're used to playing newer stuff, right? That just like captivates you like instantly. You had to go through so much work. Like When Jordan was first experienced playing the old games and stuff, like to die and have to start all the way over.
Yeah.
Or to walk away from it and turn it off, and you can't come back and get to a save point. Like you have to start from square one.
Yeah.
Like that part messed him up big time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, if you stop now, there ain't no coming back.
Nah,
you gonna have to do it all over again, bro. You know what I mean? So,
what do you feel like's the most like innovative game that you remember? Like a game that really, because I say that because what pops in my mind is that the Mario on 64.
Yeah.
That to me is like the first game that I can recall where you like it was 3D. It was like,
yeah, it's got to be Mario because that's the only one that from start to finish is still pumping out stupid numbers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that particular game.
Yeah,
like Mario. Obviously, Mario is fucking.
No, that's
goated.
one of the very few ones that you can put the first one in from Nintendo, and it's just as fun as it was.
Yeah,
30 years ago.
But I'm talking about the Mario 64 though.
Okay.
You remember like
the 3D
you probably got it.
3D,
yeah, the 3D.
Yeah.
And to me, that was like it took like people will think this is crazy, but when that game came out, like we had never played nothing like it.
Never.
Like literally, there was people all across the world that couldn't even walk around in that shit.
Yeah.
Like was like couldn't figure out how to look and move, and like you were like
the controls were just so good.
The controls
inverted.
Inverted looking. It was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
you know?
no, I know I'm with you on that. Definitely Mario.
Yeah,
I can't think of
South
one.
Park shit came out. That game, and like,
where you're throwing the snowballs, bro.
You got that shit?
No, man. Listen, I went to Holy City Gaming right there in Muntz Corner.
Yeah,
and she had it, and I was like, "How much you want for the South Park game?" And
yeah,
at the time, I was just checking out. I wasn't really trying to buy nothing, but she hit me with a price, and I was like, maybe next time. maybe next time. But yeah. I mean, I got
shit. Let's pause for a second, man. We'll reconfigure this and play a little 15 minutes or so.
Man,
play a couple rounds of that shit.
No doubt.
You know,
let's
keep it rocking.
Sure.
So we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Let me foam this thing up real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna release a little pressure this time.
ET foam home. Oh boy.
Foam home. All right,
let's go.
It's gonna take me a minute.
All right, let's do the first. You want to do first to 10 points?
Yeah,
that way it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
First to 10. Let's see. Scenario, normal, level. You want to go facility? You trying to go to facility, library? What you want to do? Temple?
Let's go to Temple, man.
You want to do Temple?
Yeah,
You want to go to the hidden doors and all that shit?
I don't know. I feel like that one's like all the other one. The Temple, I feel like you got more like, I don't know.
More room to run?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we can do Temple. Let's weapons. What you want? Rockets, lasers. And they ain't doing no golden gun, bro. That to me, that shit's fun, but then that's some cheap shit, man. One shot, one kill. Power weapons, snipers, grenades, remote mines.
Let's go power weapons.
Power weapons, I like it. Yeah. All right, characters. Oh boy, who we rolling with? I'm gonna roll with my guy, man.
I always get Natalia.
You gonna get Natalia?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this Stalin looking motherfucker right here.
Damn, it's gotta be fucking. I'm about to be.
Hey, it's been a minute, right?
Oh, what's the health?
Health. Let's see. That's your handicap, so we'll just keep that.
Oh, are we doing one shot, one kill?
No.
Okay.
That's only with golden gun. All right.
Nah, you can do. What scenario?
The man with the golden gun, you get the golden gun, you shoot somebody.
License to kill is when you one shot, one kill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With any gun.
You want to do normal or you want to do license to kill? Okay.
No, it's fine.
All right,
if we do license to kill, you gotta go to like 20 points or some shit.
Right, because it's gonna go too fast.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, let's get it. Oh man, the the map, man, was so like before its time, bro. Like with the dots, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Hold on. How do you crouch?
Oh shit.
Oh shit! I only got a fucking. How do you slide?
You can't slide on this. This ain't Call of Duty, man.
No, I'm saying like, how do you? You know how you bend down?
Let me see. Nope, it ain't that.
Oh, I ain't gonna shoot you because you trying to figure it out. I'm gonna go back around. Oh, you gotta pick up. You gotta put your crosshairs out and then press the down C.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
I thought you could like. I thought you could move when you're crouched though.
Right?
Oh, okay, yeah, you can. So if you hold your crosshairs and then hold down, now let go of your crosshairs. And now you can walk like that.
Shit. Oh, you're walking in the crouch.
Yeah, and then you press your crosshairs, dude.
Okay, to go back to normal.
How you open the door? Oh, there we go. Alright, man, let's get to it. Oh,
yeah, I think we done collect all the ammo, man. I see you chasing me, boy. Oh, look at the water. Where you going, Natasha? Where you going? Oh, look at that.
I'm down on bended knee. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got the DD4.
Oh, no, already. Off top. Now I got, Juke and Jive. Devin Hester.
Get him with the pistola.
Oh, man, I ain't even got no gun yet. Oh, yeah. It's on now, partner. Boom. That shotgun, boy.
I got because I forgot it's inverse. You could change that in the settings.
The invert, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, I gotta get a gun. I gotta get a gun.
The 6-shooter?
Oh, I like this gun.
The Destroyer? Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Let's go.
Where your ass was at? This is where the golden gun usually be at. I never forget when you used to get 4 of the homies play this shit on split screen.
Dude. Yeah, the screen be so damn little. You up top. Okay. Needed that.
Oh, he underneath me.
Damn.
Reload.
Waterboy got the gift of gab on the 007, y'all. Don't let him fool you, mister. I'm about to get embarrassed.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you don't be playing it.
Yeah, I keep him in here for decoration, man. Listen, just because I got all this shit, I never said I was a guru.
You ain't got time to play them all. Get up out of here, bro. Damn. I thought I had you.
Almost.
Got ammo with no gun, man. Where you at? Oh, there it is. I don't know, damn cougar.
That's the thing is, like, once you get shot a couple times, if you end up winning, you got to go rush to find that body armor to replenish that health. Oh, all I got's a chop. All I got's a chop. No, sir. Oh, the door go close.
He still got me.
Long
nice
distance.
One, bro. Nice one.
Long distance.
Nice one. Damn.
Gotta try to know where that damn body armor's at, bro. I forget.
I think it's one of them dark ass hallways.
It is. No, sure.
Get some DD4 ammo. Oh, I gotta know. Damn, bro. Them boys, they gonna be mad they ain't come for real. This
I'm
shit.
serious.
Fire. Bring back so many memories.
I know, right? Just the soundtrack, bro. Just the soundtrack was fire. Man, where you at? I'm right on top of you.
Yeah, you. Must be up top.
I feel like I done ran around this bitch 3 times and I ain't found the armor yet. Ooh. Tie-yow.
Wow, bro.
You can't double trap and super trap. You can't double stamp and triple stamp.
You can't double trap and triple stamp, Lord.
Oh, shit.
Talk about revolutionary games, bro.
Right. I ain't got no kind of aim with that shit. I'm about to die, too. Get the hell out of Dodge. Oh, shit. Caught me lacking, bro. Died 5 times. What is the score? 4 to 5? Oh, it's tight. It's tight.
Damn.
It's tied up.
Every time, bro. I be thinking I got you. Every time. Oh, I need a gun, bro. What am I doing? I only got 5 bullets.
Got him. Good shot.
Yeah, that shotgun was.
Yeah, that
only
shotgun
need a couple of them.
That shotgun's a beast, for sure.
Get the fuck out
of here. Oh shit! All I got's a chop.
Oh, I got the body armor. Let's go.
Oh no!
Fight them.
All I got's a chop. I need bullets. Oh, there's the body armor.
Yeah, you got some too.
That shotty. That shotty is nasty.
Boy, they ain't gonna give me no more body armor.
Nope, you're gonna have to die to get more.
Oh, I thought you was coming. Oh my God, I was dead. The upper room.
The upper room.
Get the hell out of there. You was behind me. That shit looked like you was in front of me.
What is it, 7.5?
7.6.
7.6?
Yeah, bro. I need to go. God bless him.
Tied up.
Nice. It keeps getting me because like you under me, but I think you're like over. I ran right by your ass with nothing.
Nothing but a chop.
Nothing but a chop. What are you doing? Oh, damn. Dire Straits right here, dog.
So, Super Bowl Sunday, who you got winning this thing?
I don't see how you beat the Chiefs, bro.
Yeah. You're right about that. I hate it, but. Oh, got him.
Bro, I needed that. Now I gotta go get some armor, though.
Oh, you right. It's crunch time. Oh! Oh! Out the gate!
I got lucky that they spawned you in a bad spot.
Right on your ass. He spawned me on top of you. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You better find some armor, though, is what I know.
I know. I'm trying. Where's that? Where your ass was at?
Where that dot is, just follow the dot. Step into the light.
Back here somewhere.
Yeah, it's right here through this wall right here. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I thought I was on. Okay. Oh, the gusto.
Good game, bro.
Yeah,
Good
man.
game.
That was fun, bro.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.
Yeah,
My
man.
brother Dusty Roadz, y'all check out his channel, Retro Roadz Gaming, man.
Indeed.
For sure. We gonna kick off here. We might play some more games, but we ain't gonna let y'all watch them shit. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode, man. Think harder, work smarter. If you want it to grow, just add water. It's the Water Pie. Peace.
I just came here for the cook-up. Said she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays, but I just came here for the cook-up. Say she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays. Can't help it, I'm feeling myself. Bitch, I'm just feeling the vibes. Soon as I step in the booth, I'm feeling the heat from her eyes. I had a feeling when I woke up, yawning the walls will meet the demise. Tearing her down like I'm Jericho. Multiple rounds like a miracle. Raising your music, we sitting in the bar anytime in the state, anywhere we go. She likes it loud, it's something about the volume that comes to the stereo. I'm sorry, baby, I might have to take this breather, cause I'm way too grown to take you home. So just sit tight for as we cut to, and I come through. I bring my friends cause they eat beats too, like a full buffet with a mean street crew. Ooh, so dropping like the truth. Ooh, sick of this feeling is wicked. Just go ask the speaker one out of the goose. Records a man cause I am the dead, and some children never like facing the truth. Here for the cook-up. Say she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays, but I just came here for the cook-up. Say she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays.
I swear I'm ballin' like a bitch. She the one, don't take that risk. You don't wanna make that list. The way we whip will break your wrist. I drip dropping, picture this flopping. She make that dish, boy, my bitch stocking. That's my missus, with that bullshit you can miss her. She the business, watch me work, girl. Water boy, that's Water's girl. Kevin Costner, this is Water's world. She that thirst that I can't quit. It hurts cause I can't quit. She heaven bringing out the hell in me. Make you jelly with our jams like Bill Bellamy. The way I felt should be a felony. Got me under her wing like celery. Fuck you
I just
telling
came
me.
here for the cook-up. Say she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays, but I just came here for the cook-up. Say she got some things in motion, she just wanna hook up. I pour some honey brown inside this jar and got it shook up. We from right away, a couple grams to beat the day. I swear I love it when she stays.